Your family, your health, our passion. This is Family Practice with Dr. Jeffrey Fox, sponsored by Family Practice Associates of Lexington, PSC. Visit us at fpalex.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back. This is our community resource section, and my next guest is Twyman Clements, who is the president of Space Tango. Now, Twyman, Space Tango, what in the world, or how in the world did a city like Lexington get a space company like yours? Tell us about it.
Yeah, sure. So thank you for having me on the show. It was right place, right time. So I went to the University of Kentucky in mechanical engineering, and a professor there named Dr. Jim Lump gave a talk in a class. He said, we're starting a space group. I thought it was just a social group of people interested in space. It ended up being what started as a job in a graduate school lab, then a job in grad school, then a job after grad school, and then co-founded the company when I finished school because it was a lot of fun, and I guess I didn't want to go into the real world.
Well, now, this company is pretty big now and does some big stuff, including the Artemis moon. You're getting ready to do that?
Correct.
So tell us some of the things Space Tango does.
Yeah. So our kind of tagline is we enable research and manufacturing in microgravity. Now, microgravity is when you remove gravity when you're orbiting Earth. That makes a really unique environment for biological and material science. That's really what we do, and we mostly use the International Space Station. But we do have really the only biological payload that's flying on the Artemis II mission with the 4 astronauts that'll go around the moon here in the coming weeks.
Well, give us some ideas of some of the medical applications that you're studying.
Yeah, sure. So for the Artemis mission, what we're doing is we're flying a tissue chip, which is basically a credit card sized chip that'll have the bone marrow from the crew that are flying to the moon. We're doing that because we can fly these chips with the crew as they go around the moon. They can get the higher radiation dosages. Then when they come back, scientists can look at those samples and not do invasive bone marrow samples on the crew themselves. That's example of the research for the Artemis mission. The space station work really looks at how removing gravity, which is a core function of our everyday life and our evolutionary history, how that affects how living systems change when you remove that. And one that they've really found is that it actually accelerates aging. And a real-world example of that is that we fly human models, brain organoids, other things like that, and they actually age quicker, which have given insights into neurodegenerative diseases.
Now, those are a lot of big words, too.
Yeah.
To simplify things, too, you also did like a retinal study. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, so we have a group out of Connecticut called Lambda Vision, and we actually make Lambda Vision sells retinal implants, and they're working through the approval process for that. But we ended up the layering process that's required to make these implants actually is much more efficient and really can't be done on Earth. But when you remove gravity, you get the perfect layering that's required to make these retinal implants. And so it's an incredible technology that could really help anybody with a retinal degenerative disease.
Now, and you participate not only with NASA, but multiple universities or projects across the country.
Yeah, correct. So we work with research foundations. We work with the National Stem Cell Foundation, which is actually located in Louisville. We work with the Sanford Institute out in San Diego, University of California, San Diego, Notre Dame, University of Florida. You can pick many schools, whether they're in the SEC or around the country, which is a lot of fun to see how different groups work.
Well, it's interesting, and it's really great that you can do Space Tango here in Lexington and send some stuff to the moon.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's the best job in the world.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you all for watching. If you'd like to watch this episode again, our past episodes, you can access them through the Family Practice Associates website, the YouTube channel at fpalex.com. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks to my guest. And join us next month for more great healthcare information on family practice.